Welcome to Sports Roundtable. I am Brandon Big B Hickman, your host, and we're back at it right in football season, smack dab in the middle of conference, almost coming out of conference play, but the conference play is what's going on in New Hanover County Schools. I got Coach Dimick here. How you doing, man?
Doing great. How about you?
Everything is good, and I know everything is good with you. Coming off a big win,
Yep.
South Brunswick, 44-0. I know you're proud of your defense.
Oh, yeah. They played lights out. Coach Fuller's doing a great job with them. They're putting a lot of pressure on people.
Yes.
And, you know, we're getting better each week, and that's the key.
Right. And the big thing I've seen is just their gel from, if I may, BB&T to right now.
Right.
It just has.
They're coming together.
team.
Yep. I mean, defense is all about getting to the football, getting people to the football, eye discipline, being where you're supposed to be. And, our defense is doing a great job of that.
I hate to be biased, but I'm seeing Wildcat football. That's all I have to say. Let's see what happened
right.
last Friday.
Sure. All right, so here it is. We talked about the defense. They're doing a great job for us here. This is early in the game. I think this is going to be a big sack. We bring some pressure. And there's a sack right there. We got 4 turnovers on the night. That was an incomplete pass somehow. But then the next play, we actually get a turnover, and JoJo Shaw jumps on the ball here. Just put a poor execution on their part, and our guys been in the right place at the right time. Defensively, I thought South Brunswick played pretty well early on. But here we go, just getting to the football again, keeping them behind the sticks. Negative plays are really hard to overcome. But here's another one. Tackle for a loss, getting to the football, setting the edge, running alley. So really pleased with the way we're doing it. Here's Owen Daffer. Again, he missed a 57-yarder by about a yard on Friday night, but here he is getting the first points of the game. We started a little slow offensively. Defensively, we played lights out pretty much the whole game, so I was pleased. But it's 3-0 in the first quarter. There's Colby McCaskill and Jacob Jones and those guys being physical. Once we get to the second quarter, we start settling down a little bit. Here's Raz Chandler taking a little swing pass. Supposedly he steps out of bounds, but it looks like they blow the whistle there. Yeah, it would have been nice. He was determined he didn't step out of bounds. But I'm on the other sideline, so you really can't tell. Here, some more defense. David McCallum here, just great pursuit, getting pressure on the quarterback. I think that's the number one thing. If you get pressure on the quarterback, really eliminate some of the things they can do. Here's Malik Myers on a little jet sweep into the boundary. Does a great job. It looks pretty crowded up in here. Finds a seam. And you can see Chase running down, trying to get the home run block here. Does a great job. But a big play for us. That was the first sort of big play of the game for us offensively. Then we settled in. Here's going to be a touchdown pass to Aiden Brady from Chase. Good protection, good route by Aiden. Great catch. He extends up there, catches it, and we get the touchdown. Wow. And that kind of opens things up in the second quarter. I think we scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter to kind of put the game away.
Right.
But here's some more defensive highlights. Just again, we're getting after it. Great effort, great pursuit. Get an interception right here.
All on the ball,
Chuck Jones gets it, so that's right after our touchdown. And then the next play, I think, is Jabez Howard punching it in for to put us up 17-0. Then we punch one more in right before half. With Jeremiah Bancroft and Rashad Rogers here in our short yardage package doing a great job, and there's Jabez just going over the top and getting in. So really pleased. Again, you see all the highlights defensively. Right. I mean, they're playing really lights out defense.
Yes.
Like here's another fumble that we recovered. Jeremiah jumps on that one. And then I think the next play we're going to, Raz is going to pop a little counter play out here. Actually, this is Jaheim Marshall, a little speed sweep, just put him in the Wildcat a little bit. He's a dynamic athlete. He ran the ball, returned a punt for a touchdown, caught a touchdown, so he had a good night. And then Quintel here, little sprint out pass. to the pylon. He does a great job, kind of stumbles coming out of his cut, gets back on his feet. But he's able to put the ball where only we can catch it. And, and then Makai had a good game, caught a touchdown pass. Jaheim caught a touchdown pass. Jaheim returned a punt for a touchdown. So things really opened up in the third quarter for us.
Look like they feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're healthy, we're confident.
Okay.
We got to get better.
Right.
We've got Hoggard and West Brunswick and Ashley coming up.
Yes.
So we've got to continue to get better and clean up the little mistakes.
Right.
But at the same time, I like where we are.
Right. That's very good. We could talk standings. We could talk stats. Where is it that you want? I know you guys are. When you get to your guys, you're focused on week to week.
Yep.
Explain how you tell them, say, hey, just week by week, we're going to work on
That's
this.
right. I mean, well, week to week, I mean, one thing I've been really pleased with is Chase and his sort of efficiency. I mean, he was 6 of 9, 4 touchdown passes, so really efficient throwing the football. And I think if you're going to win a conference and if you're going to go deep in the playoffs, you got to have an efficient passing game offensively. Defensively, we're starting to clean up some of the, Laney got a wheel route on us there, and we're starting to sort of shut those things down and play sort of a little more eye discipline and really make sure we keep things in front of us. And then obviously our special teams, with Owen, it's pretty dynamic. So, we feel like we can run the football, we feel like we can throw the football, and we feel like, we've got a pretty locked down defense. So we're pleased where we are. We got to keep getting better, so you can't take a week off.
That's what it is, Coach. Hey, Ashley this week?
Yep, well, Ashley's
coming to Hanover.
For our homecoming.
So it's homecoming for the Wildcats versus Ashley High School. So get ready, Port City, get on out there. Screaming Eagles versus the actual Wildcats at Legion Stadium. You want to be there 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And it goes down. Shouts out to all those folks celebrating their homecoming and all those anniversaries and reunions that are going on during that week. And we're going to see you there.
All right. Look forward to it.
All right, Coach.
Yep.
Hey, we'll be right back. It's all brought to you by Papa John's right here at Sports Roundtable. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B. Thank y'all for joining us for Sports Roundtable. He's in the building. The Coach Yeoman, E.A. Laney, Buccaneers. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Thank you for asking.
Crosstown rivals last week.
Yes, sir.
It's always cool when it's in the conference, man. It's just
man.
a good game. It's big. It's energetic.
It is.
And you play Hoggard.
Yes, sir. We
Tough-
did.
Tough game.
It was. I mean, starting out, I mean, we had a little bit of a drive going, and then those guys kind of stuck their foot in the ground and stuffed us a little bit. We had to punt it away, and then they did a good job on their first drive of going down and actually putting a score on the board. And I mean, we kind of fought back a little bit. Coach made some good adjustments, that I had to adjust to defensively and offensively. So it was just a great game, and he had a great game plan. So testament to those guys and the job they did.
All right. Let's look at what happened Friday night.
Yes, sir. So this is the first drive. We got what we wanted as far as up front, what we were expecting them to do. Coach made a good adjustment as the game went on, and we kind of had to adjust ourselves. That's a great run. The first initial run was Eli Rivera, our fullback, sophomore kid, and then that run right there was I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but a great play by our senior defensive end there, Toby Stone. He does a great job coming off that edge. Offensively, I was really impressed with the physicalness that they came with against us. We had a tough time stopping that run right up the gut. They ran a couple of new plays that we hadn't expected and seen, and then we had to adjust to it. It was a great job of Quali Kennedy coming up with a stop, finally kind of getting those guys in some long yardage situations. They did a good job of staying ahead of the sticks. And then here's again a long pass here, and it's intercepted by Zeke Frank. He kind of overthrew that a little bit.
Yeah.
Safety, he does a really good job. Our safety does a really good job of being disciplined and not going and over pursuing. Comes over the big stop there, and we get the ball, and then we kind of get some things kind of rolling. What they were doing defensively, we're trying to get them on that edge, and that's we finally got them back. But that's Kyvius Berry. He had been out for the longest time, and
Wow.
and obviously we were kind of feeding him a little bit. He kind of got worn down a little bit as the game went on. He had a long kickoff return that ended up getting called back, and we're just kind of feeding him the ball in open space. And he can run, man. He does a really good job. But this is his first game back and like being fully healthy. So as you can see, he's a little bit of a player for us, and
Yes.
got us
Big
in some
runs, yeah.
got us in some situations. We got to do a better job of blocking as a whole on all three different levels with our offensive line. That's a great job by Tanner Fournier, a junior coming up and making a big play for us, stepping in and doing that for us. Here's a big play again by Kyvius Berry. He's going one-on-one with the safety. That's one of the things that we weren't expecting Coach Underwood to do, is to go man-to-man against us, and we felt like we liked the matchup a little bit, but they did a good job of keeping us true and sound. This is towards the end of the game. A great throwing catch, getting out of bounds by Daniel Livermore. So it was a good game, man. It was, the score wasn't indicative. I mean, they put 21 up on us in that first half, and then we tried to fight back in the second half, but just didn't have enough juice.
Right,
So,
right. Well, week to week, I've seen you comment on the smartness of your defense. How was there adjusting to that offense? I know you said they were very physical.
It was tough, honestly. I mean, when you look at the game tape as a whole, they did a good job of being really physical up front. They ran a few chaps and a few powers right up the gut that kind of got us a little bit of a surprise, a little bit of a wrinkle that we hadn't seen. And that's a testament to Coach and the job he's done with his staff. And so we had some adjustments, and we still got to get better as a whole. Defensively, got to get better up at. I know we talk about the defensive line, but we actually got manhandled a little bit up there. So we got to get that fixed.
Big Fed, get right.
Yes, sir.
So South Brunswick.
South Brunswick.
This week, we're still in the conference.
Yes, sir.
We travel to South Brunswick, or they're
coming to us.
So E.A. Laney, Buccaneers, get your mind right, get on out there and cheer on the Buccaneers as they check on South Brunswick.
Yes, sir.
Not to hold lightly.
No,
it's a tough
not
team.
at all. They're very well coached. Defensively, they're a little bit multiple with the scheme that they're running. Offensively, they're running wing T system and with a little bit of a spread look. So we're going to have to put our chin straps on tight because it could be another physical one. So better come to play.
All right, go check them out this Friday, 7 o'clock at the Buccaneers Field. That's where we're going to be at to check out the Coach Yeoman. We'll be right back with Sports Roundtable, all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I am Brandon Big B Hickman, your host, and we're still talking football and we're talking heavy conference play. That's right. Today I got Coach Underwood, man. Thank you for being here. You know, we always get to talk on and off the camera about your guys and what they have going on. You traveled out to Laney. It was their homecoming.
They came to us.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they came to Hoggett. I'm
yeah.
sorry. So it was at Hoggett. And they had to come on to Shipyard Boulevard and
right.
the crosstown rivalries always create some great atmosphere. But you guys actually played a good game.
Yeah, we did. It was by far our first half was the best first half we played this year in terms of just coming out the gate and starting fast. We got a defensive stop, on their first possession, and then we drove down and scored.
Right.
Scored 3 out of 4 possessions of the first half. So really pleased with the way we came out. You know, Laney's pretty big and physical up front.
Right.
And for us to be able to move the ball like that was a big testament as to this team's, growing up, because we've struggled in the first half, and so that was very, very happy.
Right. So, I interviewed Coach earlier, and Coach said, "Hey, he kind of shook me up because his offense seemed a little bit more physical than usual."
Yeah, well, getting comfortable with what we're doing, I think is it's been a process. We've had, through injuries and different things, we've had a lot of guys that have kind of cycled in and out, and it's a lot of guys that just haven't played a bunch of football. And finally this week we had some of those guys back and I think comfortable, and they played well. They played. I thought it was our most physical game, particularly out of our offensive line so far this year.
Wow, that's what's up. Let's check out, see what happened Friday.
Absolutely. Excuse me. So again, just first possession, getting a defensive stop here. They do a good job getting the ball to the perimeter, and so that was a big focus of ours. That was Tyler Ryan coming downhill and getting a good stop for us there. Their coach showed some clips of them moving the ball. Us being able to bounce back and get a stop on that series was big. That was Isaiah Shelton. Just our first play from scrimmage on offense, a little toss to the field, and Jack Thomas. Jack got hurt in the New Bern scrimmage and really has not been back in action since. So this is the first game
I heard his name.
he was really able to come out. Gabe Johnson and Rex Hardy right here. Just a little now screen that kind of took off for us, and just a good game. That's what we tell these guys. Take the high percentage and get those good gains. Just a power play right here. Jack Thomas again. I mean, you can see he's a powerful runner.
Yeah.
But if you see the end zone shot of that one, it was the offensive line, and he credited the offensive line after the play. I mean, they really they did a great job of opening up, particularly getting a push on some double teams and things. Back on the defensive side, it's Patrick Toto, Mike linebacker. He's just getting stronger and stronger each week. He was outside last year and moved inside of the Mike for us this year, and he's like I said, getting comfortable and playing without thinking. That's a big piece. Defensive line, Desmond Fuller, number 53, had a big night. So that was Desmond and Max Scholler, our two defensive ends in on that stop. Here's Sam Jones, in at quarterback, our sophomore. Him and Gabe are rotating at quarterback right now, and both of them doing a great job. I mean, it's pretty special to have a weapon. I mean, to have two weapons there. But Sam, this is our second offensive drive of the game. Gabe drove us down on the first drive for a touchdown, and Sam right here completes the ball to Quavon Hooper. That was a big conversion right there. I thought Quavo did a good job just catching the ball in traffic. Good ball security. So well done there. And then we come back. I wish I'd said it a little before, but if you watch the fullback, Issa Baggett's block on that particular run was just incredible. It was a fullback wham play that he did a great job of trapping that three technique. This is Gabe Johnson to Xavier James Smith. Xavier's big tight end we got. Him being back on the field for us has been huge. He's a big athletic kid, so got a real chance. Got to find ways to get him the football some more. Back on the defensive side, it's Ricky Wheeler and Max Chu. Those two guys inside had to rotate at nose guard. We had an injury at nose guard this week, so they had to step up. Here's Sam Jones again. This is right before half, actually. The clock's running down. He hits our tight end, Tyler McCarthy. Tyler's right at 6'4", and Xavier's about 6'5", so we're pretty fortunate there. But so he hits Tyler there, and then hits him again on the rollout right here. I think he's in. They said he stepped out, but that looks pretty clear in the end zone to me. But his foot might have went out at the 2. But right there, the clock's ticked down to about 30 seconds.
Oh, man.
So we drove about 60 yards in 20 seconds, which was a great job, particularly, again, sophomore quarterback in there. Thought he really stepped up, and that was Issa Baggett behind the offensive line's push for a touchdown there.
So you're proud of the plays that these guys were doing this week as far as the competition?
Absolutely, absolutely. I thought both sides of the ball, and we made some big plays in special teams Friday night. Pinned a couple kickoffs, and punt-wise, we had a big flip-the-field punt from Damian Sorrells in the second half. We got some guys that were able to get in towards the end of the game that had not gotten to play much this year, and they stepped in and made some plays, and were able to continue to develop. So overall, really good night for our program.
Good. And you know what? From week to week, we talk in the last, I guess, 6-7 weeks now, 6 weeks. You continue to say, "Hey, we're still going to work," and that always gives a great work ethic for your guys.
Yeah, I think
say, "Hey, we're going to continue to work on what we're doing," and you're coming off, some great wins. And you say, "Hey, we're going to tighten up some things that I think we need to work on."
Well, that's it. I mean, every Saturday, you get up Saturday morning, cut that film on.
Right.
Whether you win or lost, you look at it, and there's always things that you can correct.
Correct.
And, our guys understand, and we're going to come in Monday we're going to name the mistakes and we're going to get them right. You know, and I think that's how you continue to grow as a team.
Right. So we stay on Shipyard Boulevard this week.
Yeah, homecoming. This week.
Homecoming, it goes down. So, shouts out to all the Hoggett Vikings. They're going to be celebrating their homecomings and alum. And you play North Brunswick High.
That's correct.
So which is still a conference game, heavy in conference series.
Oh yeah. And Coach Davis does a good job there. They run triple option, which if you're not sound against that, they'll they can really gas you up for a bunch of yardage on the ground. They can use the clock. So that's a big emphasis this week is just containing all 3 levels of that option and hopefully getting them off the field. And then offensively, we need to stay on the field. We need to sustain drives and did the best job of that so far this year, this past Friday night. So hopefully we can build on it.
All right, get there. Shipyard Boulevard homecoming for the Vikings, the Hoggett Vikings. And we'll be back with more Sports Roundtable, all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B Hickman. Thank you for having us. I'm in the building with the Coach Helms, Ashley High School. Good week this week. I see you inching right there. It was a tough game. Right there, tight. Yeah. It was tight. I ain't gonna say tough. I say tight.
Yeah.
Tops are high. Yeah. Ashley High School. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was probably pretty entertaining to watch. Probably our best offensive performance all year.
Okay.
We had real close to about 400 yards offense, and defense played well. We were in control the whole game and kind of got away from us there at the end, and couldn't quite hold on. But guys played well. Really, really excited about the things that we were doing, well and executing well. And, we talk all the time about just, taking them steps, and we really did that this week. And so, I know I wanted it, and it was right there for us, but, we're going to keep on grinding.
That's what it is. Let's see what happened Friday.
Yep. We started off on defense here. It's the first series. They went for it a lot, pretty much all night on 4th down. Didn't really punt, but maybe one time. That's Josiah Barrett, coming in there, an O-lineman, who's junior, but playing some defensive line because we had some injuries again. There's another O-lineman there for defensive end for us, Xavier Highland, with a good rush there. They like to throw the ball over there on top, so that guy's got a pretty good arm, and they got a good receiver and a big old number 8 out there. But we feel good about how we kind of held them down. And really didn't let that passing game get going and things like that. So our defense was flying around. This is our first drive offensively. I'm real pleased with the way we came out. Took it right down the field on the first drive. Hitting them on some things. There's Jackson Jones, the running back there. With a little read with Logan Teeter, our quarterback. And got that whole long film tape on there and stuff. Pretty good throw here to Barrett Swells, the junior out there at X receiver. On a little now route. So we're going to get another run here by Jackson right around the edge, and he's shifty.
Yes.
He's a pretty quick guy. And I think I
Jackson
read somewhere he might have more carries than anybody in the state.
Wow.
That was under a star last week. We feed him, and he runs hard, and he's very determined and tenacious and gets after it. So I'm glad to have him. He's a 10th grader, man. He gets after it. It's been our first drive, and we did well responding to the things that were throwing at us. Tops has been a good football team. They've won some good games and they held some teams tight all year. Like I said, I was proud about the way we came out and played. And were able to go down the field. Doing some checking at the line. You do that stuff, sometimes you don't quite get it. Jackson was supposed to get up there and, we're supposed to be a different play, but, you kind of live and die with that stuff when you're running that RPO stuff, calling it on the sideline from no huddle. Logan Teeter and Scrappy getting us closer. Tucker Hand there, getting some good blocking on the edge. Like I said before, man, every week these guys are growing and getting better and learning. Logan Teeter gets it in there, but then we got, backed up, and this is something that I've really seen over the course of the season, you know, something like that, you know, a holding penalty right on the goal line, we might not have been able to bounce back from that.
Right.
You know, really deflating, but I mean, these guys came out and that didn't shut them down, and they kept fighting and making a good play here with a nice little now route out there to Barrett Swells, a nice junior receiver for us.
Okay.
You know, he's a good football player. His first year playing in a long time. Oh, Dion Wallace, little D lineman, almost got him an interception right there. He just couldn't quite hold on. Said he threw it to his bad arm.
Yeah.
Threw it to his bad arm. So, you know, it's, I think this is another big drive for us as we go down. You know, again, Jackson running, some good blocking by Jalen McClammy, a senior. You know, he does a really great job getting around the edge out there when we're running counter plays and things like that. He probably got more Smash Mouth awards than anybody on the team. You know, just because of the way he gets after. But you know, there's a lot more good stuff on there, man. Defense played hard. You know, again, you know, Topsail tried to go for it all night on 4th down, and you know, we came up with some big plays. We were pleased with how we kind of held that high-powered offense in check because they moved the ball on everybody. They played really. The quarterback's got a pretty good arm, and they got some weapons out there on the end. So proud of my guys, man. Proud of my
Week
guys.
to week, Coach Helms, I see you say, "Hey, we getting better," and I'm watching the team grow. In maturity level, in football, education, I guess, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
And they're gelling.
Yeah.
And so, you know, this week, you going on over to Legion Stadium.
That's right.
You play New Hanover High School. So
Yeah.
Screaming Eagles, get on over there, and we're going to support the entire Ashley High School because it's going down.
That's right.
And we're going to see some more great players.
That's right. We're going to show up. We're going to be competitive, no doubt.
That's always good. Thank you, Coach Helms, for coming through.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for tuning in to Sports Roundtable, where I talk to all the New Hanover County School coaches, football coaches, and we get to find out what's going on the next week. Get ready. Thank you so much. It's Sports Roundtable.